So today we decided to head to Red Lobster to try their newly revamped seafood boil.
Hello, Lobster Nation. Demola here. We dropped our new seafood boils, and you guys really showed up. We appreciate all the love and all the excitement. Also, we heard you in the comments. You want even more heat, you want even more flavors. So we're turning it up with your choice of original, spicy, and extra spicy. Me, I'm going with the extra spicy and adding a new flavor as well. Old Bay and Parmesan. Want to add sausage? We've got you. You can do it all now at Red Lobster. And finally, shout out to the teams, our servers, managers, chefs, and operators who were able to make all of these changes happen in just 1 week. Stay hungry, keep commenting, and we'll keep cracking.
So after hearing the CEO himself say they listened to customers and added more flavor, more spice, we thought, okay, let's give it a try. This came about particularly after all the not so good reviews that have been circulating on social media about the lack of flavor in these boils. So we decided to give it a shot, especially since our child requested it for lunch. So our child ended up getting the Mariner's boil with lobster tail, shrimp, crab legs, corn, and potatoes in the Old Bay Parmesan sauce and was spicy level. I went with the Sailor's boil, which was corn, potatoes, shrimp, and sausage. And I got the garlic butter sauce, and I got it in the spicy level. But when the food came, it was a bit disappointing from the start. Everything looked pale, dry, and bland. There was no saturation of sauce over the items, and there was no sauce that came with it as a dipping sauce for the side. So we had to ask for extra dipping sauce, which, while tasty, still couldn't save the boil itself even after we poured it into the bags. The potatoes tasted like they'd been boiled in plain water, tossed in the bag, and barely touched with seasoning. I literally had to scrape the food items around in the bag just to get some kind of saturation from the little juice at the bottom, and even that didn't help. We asked the GM about it, and here's the kicker. They don't actually cook the seafood in the sauce or in the seasoning. They're not boiled together, as a lot of seafood boil places do. Everything is cooked separately, then tossed in the bag, and the sauce is then poured over it and is brought to the table, which explains why there was zero flavor throughout and absolutely no spice, despite ordering spicy. Honestly, if I had known that's how they prepared it, I wouldn't have ordered it at all. Red Lobster, if this is the revamped seafood boil, you need to go back to the drawing board, because this is not it. So if you're considering trying the seafood boil, by all means do so. But in my opinion, you're better off saving your money and going to a real seafood boil spot like Hot and Juicy Crawfish, Juicy Crab, or Mr. and Mrs. Crab. At least there, your boil is cooked in the seasoning, not just topped with it and put in a bag. So this is my honest review. Hey, you just had the tea with Dr. D, and I hope it helps you. Have a good one.